Hello and welcome to another week of our Coaches Show. We have two new players, of course, this week. So we have Esters on my left and Goodwin on my right. And I just want to talk to them. Obviously, we always talk about first the games last weekend. Kind of a great game and then kind of a heartbreaker. So I'll talk to you first. Just explain to me what happened, in overtime. What's that feel like? And then kind of going into the next game, how do you try and keep that momentum?
If you go to overtime with the team, let me start out with Winona is a very good team, and we came back from a pretty big deficit in the second half. I believe we were down 10 with 5 minutes, and we ended up pulling off a win in overtime, which it was a good win for us because they are one ahead of us in the standings with 5 conference wins, and we have 4, so we cut that little that deficit a little bit smaller. But yeah, it was a good game. And then the Upper Iowa game, they're obviously a very good team as well. And kind of let that one slip away, I feel like. Came out in the second half and they had a few easy buckets that kind of separated them in that game.
Obviously, being on the road is tough, and doing it back-to-back weekends is going to be tough in itself. So what did you take from last weekend's game moving forward to this weekend's game that you want to work on?
Just energy the second game. I feel like that's the main point in that game is just coming out with a lot of energy and having that energy over the other team that they don't have. That will help us win that game.
What did you see from yourself and your teammates in the overtime game, of course, that will help you guys win in this weekend?
Our defense. We had 5 or 6 possessions in a row where they didn't even get close to scoring, so our defense was what helped us win those games.
And then from a different perspective, obviously you're there too, so what did you take from the overtime game that will help you guys win this weekend?
Yeah, I think our team played very well in overtime. Every possession, it looked like our team was just really locked in, so we learned every possession counts, especially in overtime since it's such a shorter time, so that's what I took away.
Individually, how do you mentally prepare for back-to-back on the road weekends?
I think you gotta go with any other weekend. Traveling back-to-back weekends kind of stinks, but you just gotta go in with energy, focus, and just try and get 2 wins.
So looking forward at these 2 games, what are some individual things you want to work on, or I guess I should say, what are the keys to winning these 2 games this weekend?
We have 2 big games this weekend with St. Cloud and Duluth. I think big parts of this will be our defense again. St. Cloud has a lot of offensive power, so if we can take them out of their rhythm and what they like to do, that will help us a lot. And for goals, again, defense is still, keeping teams under a lot of points is important for us, so yeah.
What do you think are the keys to winning this weekend?
Against St. Cloud, definitely defense, because they have a lot of people that know how to score the ball at all 3 levels. So.
And then for Duluth?
For Duluth, I feel like last time we played Duluth, it was kind of a quiet environment, so making our own energy as a team will help us beat Duluth.
All right, well, thank you guys, and we look forward to the outcomes this weekend. Hello, I'm here with Jeff Kaminsky, and we are going to talk about his upcoming games. So we have St. Cloud on Friday and Minnesota Duluth on Saturday. So kind of talk with the guys a little bit earlier, which we'll briefly touch on the overtime game and kind of the heartbreak loss on Saturday, but both really great games. So kind of explain to me, what was the difference between the overtime game and Saturday's?
Yeah, we won the overtime,
well,
which is good, but
right.
yeah.
But
no,
why?
it was a challenging road trip. Winona is a place that apparently we hadn't won in over a decade, and they've had one of the stronger programs in the league. And then Upper Iowa is certainly one of the best, maybe the best team in our league this year. They just have a really good mix of guys and a very aggressive team that has a lot of weapons, so they put a lot of pressure on you. So 2 different teams in terms of how they play, but really proud of our guys at Winona. I think we battled all night long. We didn't shoot the ball worth a darn the whole night. I think we shot 35%, and our bench was something like 3 for 20 from the field, and to have that and to win a game at Winona is pretty special. So we did a lot of other things really well. We took care of the ball well. I think the guys talked a lot about our defensive prowess in that game, and that was a huge factor. We we're down 10 in the second half there late, and we got a lot of stops, and we scored enough. We missed a lot of opportunities there too, but scored enough to get it to overtime, and scored early in the overtime, and that allowed our defense to kind of kick in again. So I was really proud of our resilience there. And we've talked a lot about finishing. We've been in so many games. We've played 7 conference games on the road, and we've actually led in all 7 in the second half, which is pretty amazing in our conference. We've won 3, we lost 1 in overtime, and so to get that overtime win at Winona, I think was really special for our guys. I was happy for them. I think our guys have gone about things the right way. We have a really good approach to things. We just haven't finished all the time, so we did finish that night. And really bouncing back the next night, guys touched on it too. I think we had a little lull there at the start of the second half defensively. We gave up a couple easy baskets, and yet that game kind of went back and forth, and we had a couple opportunities late where we just didn't make the plays to win the game. So sometimes it's just as simple as that. You've got to get stops, and you've got to make some plays, and we didn't get some stops early in the second half that hurt us, and we didn't make the plays late to figure out how to win. And Upper Iowa's been kind of able to do that this year, and that's kind of what's put them at the top of the league. So, but to go in and challenge a team that right now is winning our league and really be there, in the last couple possessions with a chance to win, tells us we're heading in the right direction. We just need to keep getting better and take those steps where, hopefully we can win most of those games down the stretch.
So like you just said, hopefully, you could keep taking those steps to win down the stretch. Fast forward to this weekend, what are the steps you guys are trying to take during practice to win?
Yeah, and it's kind of a similar weekend, but in reverse. We're going to play a team in St. Cloud on Saturday that's really high-powered offensively, that has 2 guys averaging over 20 points a game. They really have some skilled guys and guys that put a lot of pressure on you, a little bit like Upper Iowa, I think, from that standpoint. And Duluth is a little more structured team, I think. They a little bit maybe like Winona that we played on Friday as we go into Saturday. So I think some similarities, but also obviously 2 new opponents. So as we go through the conference season and get later in the year, you don't always have that, but we've had 4 new opponents. So that kind of keeps things fresh as well. And I think we're certainly not intimidated by going on the road, and definitely looking forward to the challenges this weekend.
All righty, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.